Welcome back to another live stream. Today, I'm playing my golf game. So let's play. Let's go to. Let's go to. Big Hill, Orlando, Florida.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Frank, great golf course and great man behind it.
Oh, it certainly is. Anytime you get a chance to play the King's Golf Course in Arnold Palmer, that is a pleasure. Hosted the Arnold Palmer Invitational for so many years now and always produces a worthy champion.
Arnold Palmer bought it in the 1970s. Through the years, Frank, it wasn't unusual to see Arnold roaming the grounds, hitting golf balls, playing that regular game. They call it the shootout. He's still pretty competitive.
No, he is, that's for sure. Yeah, he'll sneak out there, do a little bit of practice beforehand. He does not like to hand over his $20 note.
It's a tough golf course, Frank, with a really exciting finishing stretch.
There's enough water there to tempt the faintest of hearts, that's for sure, and also steal a dozen or so golf balls.
And it's been the scene of some really incredible moments. I think back to Robert Gomez as a rookie holding out with a 7-iron on the final hole to beat Greg Norman.
Yeah, Matt Every won in 2014. Of course, Tiger Woods has literally owned this golf course, winning 8 times. And, of course, the last of which was in 2013.
We got a shot there.
On the green.
On the green.
Here on the first hole. Rory Mcilroy looking to take advantage with this putt.
Oh, not
Frank, that's
quite.
not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt,
Par?
though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting.
Oh, come on.
That's costly right there.
Painful.
Clean this up with a tap. 2-1 over par early on in this round. Back to the action here at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Second hole, it is a pretty demanding par 3, Frank.
Goal really is to just carry that front bunker or sneak it a little right of that and try and cheat it around. This looks like
go with this shot. Oh, man.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he's thinking on that.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think, you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Solid effort and reasonable result to stay at 1 over par. Now to the par 4 third, picturesque and difficult hole, Frank.
It might be picturesque, but it's certainly not for the faint of heart. This is going to take your best swing.
Water all down the left side.
Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
In the water, no.
Frank, they threw him a life vest. He's back on dry land.
And I hope this time he swings, he doesn't have the water wings on.
Third shot now after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, can you recall a situation where before an important round, an instructor gave you one small tweak, maybe flare your left toe out, or just shift a little bit of the weight onto the back foot, where the instructor gave you that one small bit of advice and it made a huge difference?
Yeah, the list is too long, Rich, and it's normally just someone that you've trusted over the years, and we all make just little bad habits. Sometimes you're stooped over a little bit more than normal. You're not standing tall enough. The ball is too far back in your stance or too far forward. You're making a funny little move, or your grip is different. It's always the little things that add up to the big problem.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it
no,
3-2.
no.
You know, this is
That's
not heading
good.
in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. In the thick stuff.
Thick. It's brittle out there.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Not close, but not bad either. That one's about 25 feet away. Settles in over the putt. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
You gotta see it? Yeah.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. In for par.
I'm not doing good tonight.
Frank, now to the 5th. What's the strategy here at this shorter par 4?
Well,
I
if you
don't
want to
think
flex
I
your
played
muscles, Rich,
this
take
course
it over
before.
that left bunker. With a little trailing breeze, you might even get close to the green.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Let's see what Mcilroy does now with his second.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
That will be a great look at birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
No, oh God, no! I thought it was in there.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. He has this attempt for par. 3 over for the day.
3 over.
Frank, back in 1998, by any chance, do you remember exactly how many golf balls John Daly hit into the water at the 6th?
It was half a dozen. Half a box of golf balls.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway.
Second shot.
Get over the water. Get over the water. No, get in the water. No. In the
Went for a
water.
brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is. Just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
So this is his 4th shot after the last one found the water.
It's not all over, but right now, too, he's
Just
steering.
get over the water. No, in the water again. No.
This was able to
man.
retrieve the golf ball.
Yeah, on dry land, and can he carry it this time, though?
Frank, this is his 6th shot here.
Well, this is the difference between the good players and the great players. Really, just that compounding of a mistake, one after the other. Rich, you know, after you've already made one mistake in the rough, there's a chance he's going to make another.
Just trying to get it back out into the
In the
fairway,
water
not
again.
make
No.
the number.
Come on.
So toweled off, dried off, and ready to go.
Yeah, let's hope this swing he hasn't still got the floaties on.
So he's playing his 8th shot. Frank, how do you keep it together?
It's hard to imagine. He's just completely lost his mind at the moment.
Good thing he stayed in the first cut, because just a couple of feet over, that rough is really deep.
Come on, can I
This has
go
to go
this?
on the hazard.
Needs to get
No.
up, or it's
I can't
extra
pass
stroke
this.
at it after going into the water.
I can keep going in the water.
Frank, any way to keep this round together? This already the 10th shot after having hit it
Struggling
in the
in
water.
reach.
No, is the easy answer. This is just inexplicable what's happened out here. Just a series of mistakes, one after the other. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it.
Oh, come on.
Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in. Oh, that was solid, Rich. This one's safely on.
So they'll tap in. Well, he has that for bogey, and I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the third hole seems to have really shaken his confidence.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Playing in the winds can really be demoralizing. You might hit a shot perfectly and airmail it by 20 yards.
Yeah, well, just because the first part of the round hasn't gone your way, you should still have a feel of the conditions by now.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Look at this. Look, oh, man.
Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
It's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Oh, my goodness,
man.
Frank. That is painful.
Oh, yeah, that's the... You'd rather miss the hole at times, wouldn't you?
Call in the medics, Frank. Can't stop the bleeding here.
Just racking the bogeys up.
Finishing up here on the front side at Bay Hill with a lengthy par 4. And what's the key, Frank?
Well, the hole's relatively flat, but the rough on the right comes into play. If you can carry that ball 300 yards, then just take it in over the bunker.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. Going to need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait. And at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Well, after,
That's how you play the
I'm
game.
done this course,
Right
I'm going
there.
to go on different
There's
course
5
and
feet
see if I
left.
can do better.
Everything has gone wrong today. Just continues to be ugly. Back here in Orlando, Florida, at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Springtime in Florida can mean only one thing, Frank. Perfect golf weather. How do you get off to a perfect start on this
That's not good.
backside?
Well, this is one of the few holes that actually shapes to the right. Most of the holes at
That's
Bay Hill
okay.
are dogleg lefts. For the faint of heart, just sort of flick an iron down there, just sort of short of the bunkers. If you're feeling a little ambitious, just take it over that one on the right. Just a wedge in here. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Not quite dialed in all the way on that shot, but still on the putting surface. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Come on.
Oh,
Don't
man.
do that.
Cruel lip out.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Frank, we hear the sports psychologists say, forget about the bad shot, put it behind you. But you know, it just isn't that easy sometimes. You make the double bogey as he did on a previous hole, you're steaming mad. It's hard to let it go.
Well, it's like a lot of things in life, too. You've got to choose whether you want to be your own friend or your own foe. And right now you can see that he's fighting himself, and that's the biggest difference. You've got to realize your best friend out there is you.
Confidence right now clearly is shaken.
Over the water.
Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie.
It's no snack, though.
In the hole, no.
Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
But those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway.
In the bunker.
It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
In the green side bunker, Frank, little bit of a problem. Birdie try up next. And getting ready for the putt. Wow, he needed that, Frank, in the worst way.
Birdie.
Interesting to see what's ahead from now, whether that was just a flash in the pan or the start of something good.
Par 4 13th, Frank, you've played it on a number of occasions. How do you attack this hole?
Really one of the shortest on the golf course, but this is a fool's paradise here. There's a lot of things that can go wrong.
They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. Now the game's #1 player, Rory Mcilroy, ready with his approach. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Not close, but not bad either. It's about 25 feet away. All right, let's see if he can make back-to-back birdies and really start to pick up some momentum after a struggle at the start of the day.
Yeah, his body language is starting to change, so good chance here. And you never know, maybe get on a run, or this could be the start of a run. That was a good run at it, Rich.
Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Oh.
Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Just a couple of feet. Then a rocky round. Another challenging par 3 here at Bay Hill. It's the 14th, 216 yards, Frank.
It plays uphill, prevailing breeze too, into your face, so normally much longer than its yardage.
Pretty far from the hole, but still on the green, and that's never too
On
bad.
the green.
This is a cross-country
A
special.
birdie.
Looks like he just misread that. He needs this for par.
A par now.
Well, that's just a poor putt, Frank, and now let's hope he doesn't make Michael Dublé.
For
He's only
bogey.
going to be singing after that one.
And he makes
For
it for a
bogey. Guys,
bogey.
bogey.
At the 15th hole now at Bay Hill, this is a
Over
massive
plus
dogleg,
12
Frank.
over now.
Yeah, if you're a Bubba Watson type player and you can move the ball around, you can move it left to right, that'll certainly help the tee shot. If you're average Joe,
In
though,
the
just hit it
trees,
down the
looks
left.
like.
Take your medicine.
Nope.
Oh, that's fine. There's always advantage of hitting it further than most,
Yeah,
Rich,
fairway.
and straighter than most. When you put the two together, it's just straight up a head start.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. That one is bunker bound, it looks like.
The bunker.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
A beautiful, soft touch out of the bunker. That's Mickelson-esque. Locked in on the read and the speed.
A lip out's fine, as long as it doesn't happen to you.
So they'll tap in. Cleans that up in the hole. We've seen guys through the years below the tournament right on this hole.
Yeah, if you get a little too greedy here, you try and make eagle. It's sometimes with a good tee shot, it's an easy 4, but a 3 brings 7 into play.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
That
Another
over the
good
water.
swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Now the third shot at the par 5. Well, you can see he's just disgusted with that effort.
For birdie.
And you almost lose count at this point. Safe to say, not under par. In fact, well over par. Frank, this is a great hole through the years to watch when the pressure is ratcheted up deep into a round. That is all you want at more than 220 yards.
Plays slightly shorter because it's downhill. The bunker's on the left in play. Even the bunker short right, and of course the water. If you just miss it a bit, that's in play. And the green shapes away from you. this has to be the most difficult
On the
par
green.
on the golf course.
On the green in regulation. Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole.
It's a birdie, but not. Oh, look at this! Oh,
Just
not quite.
ideal. Good speed on that putt, and just a tap in remaining. Putt for par. He needs one. Routine stuff for Rory. That's a par. Frank, this is a stout finishing hole, the 18th, isn't it?
Yeah, it finishes that great run of
18th
16,
hole. 17,
17, and 18, and so many times we've seen disaster and triumph just on those final 3 holes.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here in the final hole. This one has a chance to be close. So maybe a nice way to finish up with a good approach here to the 18th and a good chance for birdie.
Got a
Just
birdie.
has the field today. Going to need the A game tomorrow. That was not the round they were looking for.
Well, the A game, as we know, doesn't come out every single day, but a positive attitude will certainly go a long way, and maybe, just maybe, a little bit of time on the range.
Let's do a different course here. Let's go to the course I've been to. I've been this course, Scott, the one Scottsdale, Arizona. I've been there, so let's go there. Try that. I've been there, so maybe I do better this time. The last one I've never been to, I think. I never played that one last time, I don't think. Alright, here we go. There's some facts by Rory McIlroy.
This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next.
Looks nice.
Welcome to the Stadium Course, TPC Scottsdale in Arizona. It's a masterful blend of challenge and playability designed by the team of Tom Weisskopf and Jay Moorish. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports.
The changes, Rich, they made in 2014 have just added a luster to this great venue that hosts the PGA Tour event each and every year. And it's a great test for any level of play.
Teeing off here to start the round at TPC Scottsdale. First hole, 403-yard par 4. Frank, walk us through.
The length of the hole hasn't changed, but the addition of that one bunker down the left side that makes the player think is certainly the first new addition. Do you try and fly that bunker, or do you lay up? And it certainly changes the length of that second shot.
Nice shot
He just
there.
blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here in the first hole. Getting set now over the putt.
For birdie. Nope.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Birdie.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. Even par.
Got par.
Par 4 second hole. A little bit longer than the first. This one at 442 yards.
Yeah, they've added a new tee, changed the bunkering down the right side. Still a semi-blind tee shot. A hole that bends softly to the left side. The bunkering around this green has changed. Still, it requires a very precise tee shot.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Second shot. Good look at the green. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Oh.
And he's made the green.
It's no snack, though.
For par.
Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
Putt drops. Now at 1 over par.
1 over.
Frank, what's the strategy here off the tee at the par 5 third?
For the long hitters, they still think that they can reach this par 5 and 2 comfortably with a good tee shot. For the shorter hitters, it really is a thought about where you lay up that second shot to try and leave a good third shot yardage in. Still a good tee shot, though. That hazard down the right side protects against someone who's a little too cavalier off the tee.
Good drive, Frank. Good lie in the fairway. A good chance to make something happen here.
Plus, with Rory, the chat in the locker room, when you hear someone say, I couldn't hit that shot I just hit today. That's when you know you're good.
Going down.
Go Saturday, round 3, on his way to winning the Open Championship in 2014.
That was phenomenal. 16 was virtually unreachable for most of the field. 2 phenomenal shots. And obviously he's in a tussle with Ricky Fowler. And then to top it off, that 5-iron he hit into 18 was just, it never left the flagstick. Yeah, he has that ability just to hit the gas pedal at the right time.
Back to par for the round. Here now at the par 3 fourth. Frank, what's the setup here?
Plays a little downhill, so it won't play its full 180 yards. Perhaps take one club off the decision off the tee. The green, as you can see now, is a little wider than what it was deep. The bunkering, though, is certainly excellent there. A little pop bunker on the right side. One there if you come up a little short. And there's another one on the left side should you pull you a tee shot.
Nice shot there.
Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
For birdie.
His momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Get in the hole.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. And getting ready for the putt. Still even par for the day. Well, Frank, now at the 5th hole, the par 4, the challenge stiffens just a bit.
Yeah, the longest par 4, obviously in the start of this golf course, around the 470-yard mark. 2 bunkers down the right have been changed to 1, but it's in the perfect position now. Of course, that new tee added to add a little bit of length to this hole. The green still remains relatively similar to what it used to be.
Well, he really moved that one. 320 yards and in the fairway.
There.
Let's see what Mcilroy does now with his second. Good swing, good shot yet again. Steady all day long. That one about 20 feet away. He'll settle. This is a 19-foot putt.
For birdie.
Not quite enough on that one. Couple of feet short.
Yeah, hopefully he taps it in. Not his best, but it's just 2 putts.
Par for Mcilroy. Just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Ready to tee off now at the 6th. This is a dogleg left.
And another hole that's been stiffened by bunkers on both the left and the right side, really giving you the decision on what club to hit. Should you be bold or should you be smart?
Let's see what the dominant #1 player can do. Rory Mcilroy now on the approach shot. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Oh.
So he didn't hit the green in regulation, but he still has a reasonably good chance to save his par, about 10 feet away. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Oh, man.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
So with that,
+1
over par.
I'm doing a lot
On
better
to the par
this time.
3-7,
Last
215 yards from that back tee box,
Did
Frank.
better last-
This hole
this
hasn't
time
really
than last
changed.
time.
Still has that V-shaped green where it's very narrow in the front. A high-flying shot in here that carries that front edge, and you'll find the further and
look out,
further you go
look
back
out.
there, the more receptive, and that green starts to widen.
Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
For birdie. Oh,
No
got the
problem.
birdie. Nice,
No
nice.
problem.
Got a birdie.
Slams that into the cup. Now here at the par 4-8, slight dogleg to the left, Frank.
And this dogleg's made more severe now by the addition of two bunkers. This was a bunkerless hole off the tee in years gone by, but those two bunkers certainly make this a sharper dogleg. And because it forces the player to go down the right side, adds length to the already long 475 yards.
Well, that's the way you draw it up here at the 8th. You want to get it out there. He's done that, and he's kept it in the fairway. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but
For
really
birdie.
it was a rather poor approach shot.
Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read.
Par now.
Missed out on that second part.
Oh,
Come
no.
on, you have
Good
to
par.
make that, don't you? Drop shot here at the 8th. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Just like that, with a bogey,
Plus
goes from
one.
level par to one over. Here at the par 4 9th hole, Frank, what's the strategy off the tee?
Well, there's one bunker down the right side that you have to be very wary of. 325 yards to carry that, so it's very much in play, and just over 290 to reach it. Ideally, you have to go left about that down the left side. But really, this is a second shot hole because this green is not very deep.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. The bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit
For
of a head
birdie.
scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
Got the
That's
birdie.
how the best
Nice.
in the world
Look
play,
at that.
Frank.
Nice.
Well, I tell you, a little lucky that it went in, but it was always going to be close.
Now to the 10th hole. This a sharp dogleg to the right, Frank, a par 4.
A good way to start this second 9. Really, it requires a nice tee shot down the left. There's no real advantage to try and carry it over that bunker, the one that's situated on the corner. So if you respect it and go a little left of that, you're going to have something in the vicinity of 160, 150 yards left.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. I don't know what happened there, but he missed it badly. Well to the right.
For birdie. Oh.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Drops it, and he's at even par. Moving on to the 11th hole, Frank, water all along the left side, 472 yards. How do you handle this one?
Well, this one's weird because the tees are a little off-center. They start down the right side, which makes it into a dogleg. And you mentioned the water. It always comes into play. And there are 0 fairway bunkers. You don't need them here at 11 because really it's all about the tee shot. Find the fairway, then even though it's a long par 4, you should be able to at least attack that green safely. Miss the fairway to the right, which is the barrel outside, and your problems are just starting.
That's good stuff right there. Wonderful
Nice
approach.
shot in the green.
Now, a really good look at birdie. These putts keep the round together.
Oh, man. Missed
Wow,
the
he
birdie.
got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
And he's putting for par now. Did the job right there. Par 3 12th may not be as famous as the par 3 16th, but Frank, you think this may be a tougher and even better hole?
We see more bogeys and double bogeys here on 12 than 16 will ever see, and courtesy of the water behind and to the right of the screen. If you're going to bail out, find one of those bunkers. A good bunker player obviously can get it up and down, but it's still no snack trying to record your par 3 at 12.
For birdie. Missed the birdie.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. They'll take it. That's a par. Par 5,
Go
13,
even.
chance for birdie or maybe even eagle if you're bold and brave enough. But also, Frank, chance for disaster here?
Well, there is. Water very much in play down the right side. There's a bunker down the left, too. If you finish up on that, there's no way you're going for this par 5 and 2. Then it becomes a little bit of a zigzag mission. The second shot either has to be hit down the right side, just skirting that bunker in the front, or it has to be all carry.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Setting up for an approach shot here. Frank, it's not just a golf tournament at the TPC Scottsdale.
It's a party.
It's a giant throwdown, isn't it?
It certainly is, but the atmosphere works here. It just fits in. The players are aware of it. They're quite fun to play amongst it, too, because it's such a rare event.
And
to be honest, a lot of the fans, and there were almost 180,000 on Saturday alone in 2013, a lot of the fans, they don't see a single golf shot. They're too busy having a good time, having a party.
Even.
At the 14th now, it's a par 4.
And a dogleg left once again. The bunker on the left side's been pushed out to the fairway to really make you think whether or not you can carry that. It's a lengthy second shot because it's going to play a little bit uphill. And this green is well protected on the left side with the 2 bunkers.
A good 190-yard shot, and this is the second.
This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough.
In the rough.
Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie. And setting up here in the rough.
For birdie. Oh.
Nice approach shot. We'll be happy with that. Lunge this one.
Finish it up. Not quite.
Still playing even for the day after the par. Now at the par 5 15th, and Frank, there is plenty to catch your eye. There's also quite a bit to catch your ear. You can hear the roars at the par 3 16th. So how do you focus on the task at hand?
Great question, Rich. You realize you're about to enter the stadium part of the golf course. But this is the last par 5 that you're going to play. We've seen eagles here over the years. We've seen many a player hit it in the water off the tee or water short of the green. Certainly one of the tougher tee shots coming in. No bunkers here to worry about, just that
over
huge
the wall
lake to the left. Find the fairway. You might just find the green.
On the green, but still a tough putt coming up. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Looks like he just misread that. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
For birdie.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Just a couple of feet. Par for Mcilroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Frank, the one moment that sort of made the 16th hole what it is today would have to be Tiger's ace in 1997 here at the TPC Scottsdale when it was raining plastic cups.
It was also his reaction, too, and that ushered in the Tiger Woods era that we became associated with, which is the fist-pumping, the Rory spectators. I mean, he was one of the few players that bridged the gap between spectator and golf course. And,
birdie for the bunker, nice!
And I think Rory McIlroy probably is the only other player that starts to broach that type of inside and outside atmosphere with golf.
Still to this day, it's the loudest single moment that I can ever remember hearing on a golf course. Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot.
To eagle. Nope. Not good.
Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
Well, he's going for back-to-back birdies here, trying to jumpstart this
For
round.
birdie.
Some momentum moving in the right
Did
direction.
not get it.
Wow, I thought it was going in just off the mark by a fraction. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round.
Rich, 18 was always considered a long finishing hole.
Not for J.B. Holmes.
Yeah, the water was always in play. And then the day he took it over the left side and carried everything and went on to win, that completely changed the way this golf course played ever since that day.
And it resulted in some of the changes we're
Still
seeing
1
now.
under.
Yeah, evidence, the new bunkering down the left side. But it also, it showed us all how much and how strong these guys are, how much they've improved over the years.
So doing a lot better this time than the last time.
Second shot. Good look at the green.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Stuffed it in there really close, and now just a tap in. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
Oh, man.
You have to make those from that distance. That hurts.
Come on, tap. There we go.
Not too bad, a round
Par.
of 70. Frank, what a day of golf we
1
saw.
under.
Yeah, the
1 under
modifications
par.
to TPC Scottsdale is
Pretty
it
good.
presents better to the eye. It's certainly a better test for the player, and on top of that, it is a good reward when one plays well.
Really enjoyed it. For my partner, Frank Nobilo.
Well,
All of
and
us
then
here
last
at EA
time
Sports, I'm
tonight,
Rich Lerner saying
if
so
you
long
knew,
for now.
Please like and
From
subscribe, and
TPC
I'll see you next
Scottsdale.
time. Thanks for watching.